Hello, my name is Ralf Friedrichs. I am an addiction recovery coach and the host of the Take Your Life Back Today show. As an addiction recovery coach, I want to share this about substance abuse, and I want to be crystal clear and leave an everlasting impact upon you. Just imagine being buried alive. Let's say you're in the coffin, but you also know you're not dead. You don't know how to open the coffin and push the enormous weight of the dirt that's above the lid. You think about giving up and waiting for death to arrive. But you also think about banging on the coffin so that maybe you might unsettle some of the dirt on the lid, and maybe, just maybe, somebody might notice and start digging their way down to help you. This is what it's like to find yourself at the lowest point of alcohol and drug addiction. You know you need help, you know you can't do it on your own, but you don't know where to go for help. In reality, there are people standing probably right at your grave, but you just don't know that. You think you're just going to die. Usually, though, people don't think of death when they're habitually abusing drugs and alcohol. In order to feed the addiction, you have to be good at repressing the fear of death. I often ask you, my audience, did it ever cross your mind that abusing drugs and alcohol might cause for you to overdose? With this, I leave one last thought upon you. Don't be that person in the coffin banging on the lid for someone to help you. Make a decision today to make the first move and call me at 844-405-HELP and let me help you take your life back before your life is gone. People like Larry Geis from the Geis Academy at 516-458-2741 will also help you take your life back. He is an addiction recovery coach, a life coach. He is the bridge between addiction and recovery. He will walk with you hand in hand today and tomorrow. He nor I really care where you came from. It matters where you're here today and where you're going tomorrow. Get a hold of him at 516-458-2741. That's Larry Geis from the Geis Academy. You can also Google him at www.odysseyconsultant.org. GlobalEyeglasses.com. They are focused on saving you money, folks. I want you to be able to see my videos clearer. So go to www.globaleyeglasses.com and look at over their 1,200 frames they have. Look at all the different type of lenses and bifocals and single vision and transitions and photochromatics and polarized lenses they have. Make that decision today to save over 70% from your average freestanding brick and mortar optical store in your neighborhood. 70% savings. That's why Global Eyeglasses is focused on saving you money. Go to www.globaleyeglasses.com. Folks, I have over 30 years experience in the optometry business. Give me a call, 844-405-HELP, and I will help place your order. I will help pick out the frame and the lenses that fit your needs best. And you can also text me at 631-599-0218. Google www.globaleyeglasses.com. Let them focus on saving you money. Folks, today's topic is tips for teens. The truth about alcohol. Get the facts right here on the Take Your Life Back Today show about alcohol. Alcohol affects your brain. Drinking alcohol leads to loss of coordination, poor judgment, slowed reflexes, distorted vision, memory lapses, and even blackouts. Alcohol affects your body. Alcohol can damage every organ in your body. It is absorbed directly into your bloodstream and can increase your risk for a variety of life-threatening diseases, including cancer. Alcohol affects your self-control. Alcohol depresses your central nervous system, lowers your inhibitions, and impairs your judgment. Drinking can lead to risky behaviors such as driving when you shouldn't be driving or having unprotected sex. Alcohol can kill you. Drinking large amounts of alcohol at one time or very rapidly can cause alcohol poisoning, which can lead to coma and even death. Driving and drinking can also be deadly. Alcohol can hurt you even if you're not the one drinking. If you're around people who are drinking who have an increased risk of being seriously injured, involved in car crashes, or affected by violence, at the very least, you may have to deal with people who are sick and throwing up all over you. that might be out of control or unable to take care of themselves. Before you risk it, know the laws of alcohol consumption. It is illegal to buy or possess alcohol if you're under the age of 21 in most of the United States. Get the facts on the risk. One drink can make you fail a breath test. In some states, people under 21 can lose their driver's license, be subject to heavy fines, or even have their car permanently taken away. Alcohol is a drug. Mixing it with any other drug can be extremely dangerous. Alcohol and acetaminophen, a common ingredient in OTC pain and fever reducers, can damage your liver. Alcohol mixed with other drugs can cause nausea, vomiting, fainting, heart problems, and difficulty breathing. Mixing alcohol and drugs can also lead to coma and death. Keep your edge. Alcohol is a depressant or a downer because it reduces brain activity. If you are depressed before you start drinking, alcohol can make you feel even worse. Take a look around, folks. Most teens are not drinking alcohol. Research shows that 71% of people 12 to 20 have not had a drink in the past month. Here are some question and answers that you folks have sent to me. Aren't beer and wine safer than liquor? The fact of the matter is, no. One 12-ounce beer has about the same amount of alcohol as 1.5 shots of liquor. A 5-ounce glass of wine or a wine cooler. So, beer is not and wine are not safer than liquor. Question: why can't teens drink if their parents can? Teens' brains and bodies are still developing. Alcohol use can cause learning problems or lead to adult alcoholism. For example, people who begin drinking before the age of 15 are 4 times more likely to develop alcoholism than those who begin after the age of 20. Another question came: how can I say no to alcohol? I'm afraid I will not fit in. Forget about peer pressure. It's easier to refuse than you think. Try, no thanks, I don't drink, or I'm not interested. Remember that the majority of teens do not drink alcohol. You're in good company when you're one of them. If you drink alcohol beverages, do it in moderation. What is moderation, folks? For women, no more than 1 drink a day. For men, no more than 2 drinks a day. The limit is based on the differences between sexes in both weight and metabolism. Count as a drink. 12 ounces of regular beer, that's 150 calories. 5 ounces of wine, that's 100 calories. Or 1.4 ounces of 80 proof distilled spirits, 100 calories. Alcohol beverages supply calories but few nutrients. Alcoholic beverages are harmful when consumed in excess, and some people should not drink at all. Excess alcohol alters judgment and can lead to dependency and a great many other serious health issues. Taking 1 or more drinks per day for women or 2 or more per day for men can risk the risk of motor vehicle crashes or other injuries, high blood pressure, stroke, violent suicide, and certain types of cancer. Alcohol consumption during pregnancy increases risk of birth defects. Too much alcohol may cause social and psychological problems, cirrhosis of the liver, inflammation of the pancreas, and damage the brain and the heart. Heavy drinkers also have the risk of malnutrition because alcohol contains calories that may substitute for those nutrient foods. If adults choose to drink alcohol beverages, they should consume them only in moderation and with meals to slow alcohol absorption. Drinking in moderation may lower the risk of coronary heart disease, mainly among men from 45 and women at the age of 55. My advice for you today is, if you choose to drink an alcoholic beverage, do so sensibly and in moderation. Limit the intake to 1 drink per day if you're a lady watching me, or 2 per day if you're a man watching me. Eating food while drinking will slow alcohol absorption. And last but not least is avoid drinking before or when driving or whenever it puts you at a risk of accidents. Folks, these are the tips for teens. The truth about alcohol, the fact is that alcohol leads to loss of coordination, poor judgment, slowed reflexes, distorted vision, memory lapses, and blackouts. Alcohol affects your body. It will work on your organs, your bloodstream, and increase the risk of life-threatening diseases, including cancer, folks. Alcohol affects your self-control. Alcohol depresses your central nervous system, lowers your movement, and impairs your judgment. Drinking can lead to risky behaviors such as driving when you're not supposed to be driving and having unprotected sex. Alcohol can also kill you. Drinking large amounts of alcohol at one time or very rapidly can cause alcohol poisoning, which can lead to coma or even death. Drinking and driving also can be deadly. Alcohol can hurt you, even if you're not the one that's drinking. If you are around people who are drinking, you have an increased risk of being seriously injured, involved in car crashes, or affected by some sort of violence. At the very least, you may have to deal with people who are sick, out of control, or unable to take care of them yourselves. What are the risks? Well, in every state in the United States, you have to be 21 to drink. One drink can make you fail a breathalyzer, and in some states under the 21, you will lose your license. You might have heavy fines or even have your car taken away. You need to know the risks. Alcohol is a drug. Mixing it with any other drug can be extremely dangerous, folks. Keep your edge. Alcohol is a depressant or a downer because it reduces brain activity. If you are depressed before you started drinking, you'll be even more depressed after. Just look around you, folks. Most teens aren't drinking alcohol. Research shows 71% of people 12 to 20 have not had a drink in the last month. Some of your questions were, aren't beer and wine safer than liquor? No. It is the amount of ounces compared to the alcohol, which makes it equally just as bad. One beer has 12 ounces of beer, has 1.5 ounces. A shot is equal to 1.5 shot of liquor or a 5-ounce glass. Why can't teens drink if their parents can? Because teens' brains and bodies are still developing. And not only that, but your parents are over 21. How about that, teens? How can I say no to alcohol? I'm afraid I won't fit. Remember what I said, 71% of people are not drinking in your age group, so you'll fit right in. If you drink alcohol beverages, do it in moderation. What is moderation? If you're a lady watching me, 1 drink per day. If you're a man, 2 drinks a day. Anything more than that, you are on the road of becoming an alcoholic. As far as my tips for you today is, if you choose to drink alcoholic beverages, do it in sensibly ways and in moderation. 1 for ladies, 2 for men. Limit your intake to 1 per day for the ladies and 2 for the men. Eating food also always helps because it absorbs the alcohol. Avoid drinking before or when driving or whenever it puts you at any other risks. Folks, we need to start teaching not just our teenagers but our children that alcohol and drugs are no good for you. Alcohol and drugs are bad, and if you saw your parents doing it and that's the reason you're going to use now that you're doing it, break the link in the chain. Lead by example. If you have to drink and smoke and use profanity, do it away from your children. Start today being the role model that you are supposed to be. Start today being the hero that your children see you as. Lead by example. Teach your children to say no to alcohol. Teach your children to say no to drugs. Teach your children to say yes to respect of elders. Yes to passion and compassion. Yes to manners. And yes to living a drug and alcohol-free life. Lead by example. Start today. Teach your children to be positive and look for positive in life to get positive results, folks. And the same applies to you. If you think positive, your children will think positive. But if you're a negative person, negativity will be in your household. I had to turn those birds chirping on because it's beautiful, isn't it? I forgot to turn it on before, so it's lovely. And you can actually see it right here in the background. Waterfalls. Folks, remember, a sober today makes for a better tomorrow. And if you stop drinking now. You still have a chance to hear birds like that for a very long time. Can you imagine if you overdosed because of your alcohol and your drugs? You won't be hearing those birds chirping anymore. So start today changing your life, folks. Say no to drugs and alcohol. Teach your children to say no to drugs to alcohol. Remember, a sober today makes for a better tomorrow. Also, always remember to be helpful to other people. Karma is very important. If you're good to other people, the littlest things like maybe just opening a door for an older person or taking their garbage up. Little things like possibly just bringing a cup of coffee to your neighbor who's elderly. Those things will come back to help you sooner or later. I will tell you, a couple of years now since I changed my life, things have been very positive. All the little things I did a couple of years ago now are coming to give me back the credit because of karma. Reach for your higher power. Your higher power will guide and direct you. I hope to God, no matter where you are watching me, that you have the best day of your life. But I hope and I pray all the time that no matter where you are, you all have a sober rest of your life. And if you need any help whatsoever with your drug and alcohol abuse, call me at 844-405-HELP. Text me at 631-599-0218. Or email me at Ralf, R-E-L-F, at Take Your Life Back Today's show. Let me help you take your life back, and may God bless you.